Greetings, my lovable weirdos! How's everyone doing? I hope you're all having a better day than I've been having because the past 2 weeks have been rough. Like one never-ending, continuous anxiety attack kind of rough. I've finally come out the other side and honestly, I'm tired of feeling like trash. And I thought, you know what? If people aren't going to treat me like the queen that I am, screw that! I'll just do it myself. So join me on this anger-fueled episode of Tinker Tuesday as I make myself a frickin' headdress fit for a queen. Feel free to follow along too because, you know what? You're gorgeous and deserve to be treated like royalty too. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. You'll need a headband, plastic or metal is fine, wooden skewers of different sizes, a glue gun and glue sticks, whatever else you want to embellish your headdress with, and paint. First, figure out the formation and the lengths you want your skewers to be. I want a layer of thicker skewers at the back of my headdress and thinner skewers in front. Measure and mark the lengths you want on the skewers. I use tape to maintain my pencil marks for when I paint the skewers. I ended up with 3 different lengths for the thick skewers: 25 cm, 20 cm, and 15 cm. Do the same thing for the thinner skewers. To attach the smaller skewers together, I use a strip of tape to stick the skewer formation onto. And then, secured that temporarily with more tape. I ended up with 3 large skewer shapes and 4 thinner ones. Turn the skewer shapes over so that the non-taped side faces upwards. And then go ham with the glue gun. Once the glue is dry, you can remove the tape and the skewers should be securely stuck together. Now that all the skewers are prepped, it's time for paint. I spray painted the large skewers black and the thinner skewer formations red. After paint, it's time for glitter. I know, glitter is the herpes of the craft world. But it also makes me feel fan-freaking-tabulous. So in this case, the more glitter, the better. Apply some glue directly onto the skewer and use an old paintbrush to thoroughly coat it in glue. Once that's done, shake out the glitter onto the skewer. When you're done, tap the skewer to get rid of the excess glitter. Do the same thing for the thinner skewer formations. I decided to also make another smaller layer with toothpicks. Once the glitter and the glue has dried, it's time to cut all the skewers down to size. This will end up shaking off a bit of the glitter, and you've also got all that sawdust to deal with. A quick tip for cleanup is to use tape or a lint brush to pick that all up. For the toothpicks, I used a pair of cheap but surprisingly sharp scissors to cut them down to size. I realized that all these skewers on the headband might actually be a bit heavy. So I wrapped up the ends of the headband in ribbon and left a long tail so that I could tie the headdress onto my head. I also sealed the ribbon ends with a lighter. Now it's time for assembly. If you have a head form, go ahead and use that because it's easier to see what you're doing. Don't be shy with the hot glue. When the basic shape of my headdress was done, I decided it needed some embellishments in the front to hide the edge of the skewers meeting the headband. Using red metallic wrapping paper, I made small roses using the same method I used for the paper roses in my St. Valentine's makeup video. I'll link that in the description box below. I decided the red roses also needed black glitter. I also decided to use some glass cabochons I had. I used glue tack to stick my cabochons onto the work surface and started by cleaning the backs with nail polish remover. I then painted the backs with a coat of nail polish and poured black glitter over it before the nail polish dried. I also had a filigree setting with spaces for small rhinestones. Since I didn't have rhinestones, I made a glue and glitter paste and filled the settings with that. Once the nail polish had dried, I used contact glue to adhere the large glass cabochon to the filigree setting. Finally, I attached the glass cabochons and roses onto my headdress with even more hot glue. And that's it! I hope this video helps you lovable weirdos embrace your inner queen or king. Until next time, go forth and be your fantabulous selves, and don't forget to keep on embracing your inner weirdo.